What's up, beautiful people, and welcome back to another comic book review video where I say words about a comic that I read, and you, the magically delicious, listen. It is I, your crazy Nicolas Cage, your steward of Gondor, your genius, billionaire playboy, basic YouTuber philanthropist, SuperCliff, and would you kindly hit that like and subscribe button for every little bit helps in this majestic YouTube world. And today, guys, we are continuing our mission with Infinite Frontiers Suicide Squad, issue number 3, written by Robbie Thompson, with the art drawn by Eduardo Pensica, inks Julio Fiari, and the colors by Marcelo Maialo. I can't say words today. And without further ado, let's get freaky-licious. Okay, so this issue begins with a conversation that Amanda Waller is having with Nocturna, and Waller wants to know everything about Superboy when he was under her spell. But yeah, obviously after the death of Superman, a bunch of posers decided that the Man of Steel needed to be replaced, Superboy being one of the 4. Superboy Connor Kent was created in a lab, fused together with the DNA of both Superman and Lex Luthor. Eventually, he would later join the ranks of Young Justice, fight alongside the Teen Titans, and is now for some unknown reason a part of the Suicide Squad. Now check it, because Amanda Waller, she clearly already knows everything about Superboy's history. She doesn't need to be reminded, but the reason as to why she's asking about Connor is because she wants to know if Superboy has a problem with Peacemaker or if anyone on the squad, because Waller truly believes that Superboy will one day become the squad's team leader, basically Waller's Superman. Thus, she needed Nocturna to get the specifics from Superboy in order to plan out the roster properly. Afterwards, once Nocturna enters the room, we find out that both Calibra and Peacemaker were spying on her and Amanda Waller's conversation, and so Peacemaker tells her to meet him in the laundry room in about 30 minutes. Oh, and by the way, Nocturna, everyone loves me. Next, Calibra is summoned by Amanda Waller, and it's here where Waller tells Calibra that she has a new mission for her, that being Talon. Because keeping with Task Force Z's roster, Waller needs Talon to remember who he is so that he can become Waller's Batman. And so Calibra is going to be Talon's caretaker until then. Also because Talon's been killing Waller's guards left and right, and since Calibra possesses invulnerability powers, well, it makes sense to have her watch over Talon. Now this is where we pick up with Peacemaker and Nocturna in the laundry room. And while Peacemaker is getting dressed, he mentions that he's adjusted the frequencies of the washer and dryer as a means to ensure Waller can't listen in on their conversation. Now Peacemaker wants to know about any information Nocturna is holding back from Waller with regards to Superboy. And she tells him that the way in which her glamour works, her hypnosis, is that she gets a vibe from her targets. And so when it comes to Superboy talking about his past, it was like he was reading a Wikipedia entry about his history. Basically, something is wrong with Superboy. Now, Peacemaker views Superboy's situation as a symptom to a much larger problem, the problem being, of course, Waller. Therefore, if Waller's secrets get in the way of the squad's mission, then Amanda Waller will have another problem, that being, of course, Peacemaker. Afterwards, we pick up in Amanda Waller's office, and she gives Peacemaker the rundown for the new mission, the apprehension of Bolt, Waller's ideal Flash stand-in. Now, Waller explains that Bolt is one of the fastest metahumans on the entire planet. However, she possesses bursts of speed, thus she can't run continuously like the Flash, and so we're going to use that to our advantage. Now, currently Bolt's bunked up with the Teen Titans, but her and Amanda Waller made a deal, because Waller was able to smuggle her out of Australia, and so the deal was that if she did that, then Bolt would join the Suicide Squad. Now, because Teen Titans Academy is restricted, Waller knows that the best chance to capture Bolt is to do it outside the Academy's jurisdiction. And so, as we see Bolt conducting her nightly run, Calibra jumps down from atop a building and causes a giant noise upon impact, almost like an earthquake. Now Bolt, she immediately picks up on the heavy vibration, therefore Bolt's gonna check it out. Now this is where we pick back up with Amanda Waller as she's going over her plan. And yes, this part is definitely playing out like a Guy Ritchie movie. And so here we see Keymaster, a teleporter who's going to use his powers to teleport Bolt over the Bella Reeve. And it's here where another metahuman is introduced, a guy named Branch, and his job is literally Basics 101, to trip Bolt. But Peacemaker is like, That's really fucking stupid, Waller. Like, is this your plan? Legit? But this is where we turn over the Superboy, and he lets the squad know that that's why he's here, in case this all goes to shit. Now, Connor and Peacemaker, they once again continue to butt heads because they're best friends. But in the end, Superboy is like, you know what, Peacemaker? Suck my balls. Now, turning back to the mission at hand, once we see Bolt arrive at the scene, and as all seems to be going well, Branch is super nervous, and he just wants to go home. And Keymaster's like, well, it sucks to be you. And with that, Keymaster tries to escape, but the bomb gets to him first. Therefore, the initial plan fails. No trip, no portals, nothing. Just exploding heads. Therefore, plan B needs to happen. Now, Bolt turns around and comes face to face with Connor Kent. And at first, she's really hyped, seeing a friendly face and all, but this is when Superboy tells Bolt to run away, and never return. Kinda like Scar. I digress. But before anything can happen, the squad jumps down and attempts to grab Bolt, but Bolt is able to take the opportunity and speed away, back to Titan's Academy. And so it's here where Peacemaker is like, well, I guess we have no other option. We have to raid Titan's Academy. But the team begins to argue amongst themselves. And Connor, he's telling Peacemaker that the Academy is off limits. Like, we can't raid it, dude. But as the team continues to argue, this is where they all begin to hear a voice. A voice telling them that if any of them wants to lead, then they have to think multiple steps ahead. Therefore, if you're all finished acting like a bunch of circus clowns, and you really want to break into Teen Titans Academy, then they're gonna need the speaker's help. They're gonna need the help of Red X. And that, folks, was Suicide Squad, issue number 3. And once again, this was another great issue brought to us by Robbie Thompson. The issue does a great job with highlighting what each member can do, powers and skills wise. It's done to great effect, especially during their mission with apprehending Bolt. It also gives us, the reader, the ability to easily differentiate the various characters as well, so they all don't feel like they're just bodies on a page. Another great part in this issue was the mystery surrounding Superboy. Though we know why Waller wants Superboy, we don't really know as to what his deal is and how Superboy ended up in Waller's custody. The art by Eduardo Pensica continues to be fantastic, and it's especially amazing during the issue's action scenes. So yeah, keep up with the amazing work. Overall, Suicide Squad issue 3 was another great continuation to what Robbie Thompson has started, and I cannot wait for more. Suicide Squad issue number 3 gets a 9 out of 10. Giggity goo.